And then we go ahead and write sine over 1. And I'm not going to write tangent of theta off to. I'm just going to say equal to and move on. Because I'm only manipulating the left side of this equation. That's it. I'm not touching tangent at all, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to write it again. So what do we do with fractions when we're multiplying them? You can cross out the 1. And all you're left with is and you keep going, guys, on the left side until, and you write this last step down. And you put a check mark on the equal sign. You have to write it all the way down to where they equal to it's the same on the both sides. I've been doing this for many, many years, and I've seen it where people will go to sine over cosine, stop, and move on to the next thing. You're not done yet. Yeah, but sine over cosine equals tangent. You need to write that. That's a part of the step. Your last step should always be left side equals right side, check mark. So for the second one over here, we should have 1 equals 1 check mark is what we should have. So we're only going to mess with the left side here. Any ideas what to do here? Yes. Good, y'all see that? 1 plus cotangent squared is cosecant squared, right? Guess what? We could have easily distributed the sine squared as well and got the same thing. Probably required a few more steps, but it still would have worked. 1 over cosecant times cosecant over 1? Yeah, they all cross out. No, because it all becomes 1. Because you have sine squared over 1 times 1 over sine squared. It's like taking 2 over 1 times 1 over 2. When you double 1/2, what happens? 1. What happens when you triple 1/3? Quadruple 1/4. You see what's happening? 4 over 1 times 1 over 4. So if the signs are the same, if the trig functions are the same here and here, and these are the same, that all simplifies to 1, not 0. And there you go. So like I said, this is easier, per se, compared to what we just did. Because this is what we're doing. You know what the end game is. You kind of know what the answer is already. You're just trying to make it match it. The other one, you're just kind of walking around hoping you find the end. All right, guys. Give number 1 a shot and see what you get. And you're exactly right. And as I walked around, I saw some people did this. They did sine over cosine I see this. Okay, that works. That's great. Actually, it's what we've been talking about. Crosses out, crosses out. If everything crosses out, you're left with 1. However, what is cotangent? One over tangent, right? Is cotangent not 1 over tangent? So he could have gotten away also with saying tangent squared over 1 times 1 over tangent squared, cross out, and you're fine there. I'm not saying that's wrong. That's great. This is great too. It's just different ways, guys. If you distribute the tangent square, guys, I tried it when I was putting the key down for you guys just to make comparisons. It took so this one took 1, 2, 3 steps, including the answer itself, right? It took 8 steps in order to get it done. And it was pretty lengthy. So try to find that identity first. It makes the job a lot easier. All right, number 5 is pretty tricky. There's something you got to learn or know about number 5 in order to make that job work. And I'll explain it to you. So Gwyneth asked, hey, which side should we go? Which side should we go here? Because left side has 2 terms, right side has 1 term, but it has 2 trig functions in it. So try with one side and see if you can always make it match the other. Okay? So what do you think we're going to do first off on the left side, guys? Good. You guys see the identity. I'm going to rewrite it. That's exactly. You can only split, now listen, you can only distribute numerators amongst denominators. You can only split numerators amongst denominators. You can't do it the other way. Okay? So why I'm saying that is because you can only do it because it's being multiplied, guys. So you could have this. What?
Like if you didn't write like the steps.
I gotta see this. Yeah. Because what is 1 over cosine? What is it? I can clearly see that. What's 1 over sine? Yeah, I need to see that you say 1 over and 1 over. I need to know that you can split them up. I've seen too many people try to take shortcuts through here and let me connect the dots because they didn't know. Grading this, if it makes y'all feel better, babe. If it makes y'all feel better, guys. Sorry, I'm just talking to my daughter for the past 2 days. If it makes y'all feel better, it sucks for me grading this, by the way. I have to see every single step y'all do, and I got to verify every single step works because some of you guys can have 5 different ways of doing this, and I've got to go through and see. Okay, that one works. Okay, that one works, and go through there. So it's fun. So y'all, as you're taking it, think that I have to go through and suffer as well. We're all suffering together. All right. So number 6. You said yeah. Yeah, we're all suffering. He agrees with that. Thanks for chiming in. So number 6. Is there something wrong with what I said?
There's an identity.
There is. Where is it? There you go. All right, good. What's next? Good. And yes, you have to write out sine over cosine because here's the deal is I don't want you to go ahead and cross out cosine and cosine squared and say, well, what's left is sine over cosine, so that's tangent. No, you need to write it. After you've crossed anything out, rewrite what's left over. That's another step. Okay? Baby steps. Walk through baby steps so that I can go ahead and verify everything, every step you've done. Because if you go straight from here to here, you will get a question mark at -2. Because I don't know how I don't see how sine x cosine x crossed out over cosine crossed out squared x is equal to tan. I don't see that. You literally have to write out the identity above it and then write out what it is. Make it very easy for me to follow. All right. I want you to go ahead, guys, and do class practice for the next page. I feel if we do the class practice